everyone. How you guys going? I'm doing great, Scout. It is good time to hang out. Yeah, well, how about you, Scout? I'm actually doing great. Just got done planning a movie date. Did I hear somebody say the word movie? Those are very entertaining. Yeah, I really love movies during my time off. Now that you mention it, do you have any favorite movies? Let's see. The Orient Express is very great. I love the mystery behind the murder. Sometimes mystery movies really inspire me to solve crimes. That's a good one. I really like that one Ninja Turtles movie from 2007. I think it was called TMNT. Oh, Meg, are you talking about the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? Dude, I love those guys. Indeed, I was. What makes this film very interesting is that it was the first film with the Turtles to be all CGI animated. Not only that, but it's also the very first animated Ninja Turtles film. Well, come on, the dudes. So, who's your favorite turtle? If anyone asks, it's Leonardo. I love the way he remains valiant and courageous. He's also the first of his brothers. He's also always confident even when it comes to fighting Shredder. Yeah. Did you know the turtles were all named after Renaissance artists? I never knew that. Thanks, engineer. Of course, Scout. Anyway, one of my favorite films is Avengers Endgame. I love the way it's put together. Very impressive story. No worries. I ain't spoiling anything. Thanos very much had it coming. I love Disney's non-action remakes of their animated films. My favorite is Beauty and the Beast. My favorite is The Jungle Book. I'm just kidding. That really scared me very much. Ironic since nothing had ever scared me before. I like Aladdin. Oh wait, there's a snake staff, isn't there? While we're on the topic of Disney remakes, I like Cinderella. I hope Disney builds a luxury cruise named after her. Have you liked Night at the Museum? It's such a very wacky way of learning history. Well, that one cracked me up so hard when I saw it in the theater. Speaking of history, Titanic has a lot of that in there. A lot of facts about the ship were included in there. I feel very terrible for all that died the night the ship sank. Yeah, me too. I mean, there wasn't very much to spoil since we only achieved an ice spot. On our maiden voyage too. Very interesting enough, Titanic was the second of 3 Olympic-class ships on that White Star Line, which had for funnels, just the fourth was used for ventilation and lips. I always get mixed up whenever I see a ship with four funnels. I often mistake those ships for Titanic alone, but with different designs and styles. I know it's confusing. Anyways, the minutes right, each of these ships were built by Harland and Wolff in Belfast, Northern Ireland. White Star Line wanted to compete against cured ships Lusitania and Mauritania. That's interesting. I really like that one movie, Die Hard. Total holiday classic. Oh yeah, the one action movie to inspire ongoing action movies. One of the best, almost as amazing as Batman. The good protector of Gotham City, the Dark Knight himself. The Dark Knight, classic. Saw that in theaters too. Bob Henry likes Batman. He's one of favorite DC Comics characters. DC, Marvel, who cares? They're both great. Marvel has collaborated with various studios with films. DC, on the other hand, the rights are done by Warner Bros. Pictures. Well, not always, Scout. What about Batman? Have all adaptations been distributed by Warner Bros.? Most of them. In fact, there is a 1966 adaptation that was distributed by 20th Century Fox. Oh, well, the man told me Disney rebranded it to 20th Century Studios. Something about brand confusion with Fox Corporation. I don't know when the name change occurred. It happened on January 17th, 2020. Hey, man, good to see you. Yeah, you too. Just a few weeks ago, me and Sergio were having a discussion about Scarlett Johansson's lawsuit against Disney. Oh, I have heard about that myself. And to be honest, I was shocked by the news. So, what were you guys talking about? Some of our favorite movies. We're talking about Batman. Yeah, Batman is one of the best from DC. Well, speaking of DC, did you know DC stands for Detective Comics? Well, I never knew that. You just boggle my mind with facts. Anytime, Scout. One of my favorite movies is Pirates, Band of Misfits. I cracked up so hard because it reminded me of the catch. Which reminds me, it had been a while since we defeated Marasmus. Yep, it's been years, which makes me wonder, since it's been so long, do you think his magic spells had worn off? Beats me, I woke up one morning a few days after feeling strange. I didn't know what it was, but I guess we'll find out soon enough. You got that right. Anyway, I saw the movie the day it hit theaters. I loved it. One of my favorite movies, Robots. It's not what you think. It's a pretty different film. It's the second of 13 films produced by Blue Sky Studios. Second of 13? What's that mean? Well, Scout, Blue Sky only produced 13 films before Disney shut it down due to concerns of COVID-19. Wait, shut down? That's sad. They made amazing films. Yeah, but the films were sometimes very weird and cringe-worthy. Still had a lot of hilarious moments and very majestic music. I like the Peanuts movies, speaking of. And with all the beloved Peanuts characters but all in CGI. Thought it was convenient when I saw it in theaters. I really like Rio. I love those adorable macabre birds. Not to brag, but I have been to Rio before on vacation. Speaking of Rio, I've been there too. I was going out on a mission to stop some poachers from selling those types of birds for profit. I somehow followed a full load of birds to the Amazon jungles. Stop getting me mixed up with brands and everything else. Why does everything have to have more than one thing with more than one name? Soldier, calm down. It's part of life. Anyway. Sniper, you went to the Amazon jungles. Reminds me of the purchasing app. Yeah, there were so many hyacinth macaws. So many I could barely count. Anyway, at one point, I recall they were going to war against an army of poachers. I joined in all the excitement. Cool, anyway, another one of my favorite movies. I was watching something about Mythbusters testing the myth out. I was blown away. I decided to watch the movie. Well, for your information, I do have another favorite. The Scorpion King. Dwayne Johnson is real sick in that film, as in the metaphor. I've heard of that film. It's part of the Mummy franchise. The franchise started in 1999 with the Mummy. Scary monsters cannot scare me, especially mummies. I know Imhotep wasn't actually a mummy as Universal Studios depicted him. He was actually a real priest in ancient Egypt. He built the pyramids. I didn't know that. Got to look him up now. Still, just the thought of being buried alive for thousands of years in toilet paper terrifies me. Wouldn't want to go through that. I've got so much to do. Don't we all? Oh yeah. I also am in love with Star Trek. The futuristic adventures in space aboard the USS Enterprise would be a dream come true. My favorite from the franchise is Star Trek Beyond. Star Trek has many dastardly villains. I guess the same would do for Marvel and DC, as well as all of Hollywood. I'm not very interested in the villains, just their defeats. Yeah, same. Speaking of, James Bond, aka 007, has loads of that. I'm surprised with how many villains he has defeated and killed all throughout cinema history, starting back in 1962. All the James Bond movies are great except for No Time to Die. No spoilers. That is an order. I would never spoil anything. Spider-Man No Way Home was just released in theaters some time ago. I'm not telling what happens in it. I did see it though. Spider-Man is so amazing. Oh no, he's kind of cocky for a teenage superhero. Oh, relax, soldier. Just because he got the best spider doesn't mean he's cocky. Plus, his Uncle Ben died. We all know that M.O.Man is the way he wasn't in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Partially, soldier. Maybe he never had an Uncle Ben in MCU. Who knows? Don't bring us up with Tom Holland. Is that who does Spider-Man in the MCU? Huh? Who would have guessed? Yeah, it's been loads of fun talking to you guys about your favorite movies. Hope to do this again sometime. Yeah, you too, Spy. That was fun. I'm out. See ya. Thanks for chatting. You too, Scout. Now off to test some film-style experiments. You better have not a good day, but a great day. All right, see you later, everyone.